Good afternoon and welcome to our department meeting. Today we will be addressing the question, how did our 8th grade students fare on the 2010 New York State Math Assessment? And we will do so by examining various data sets procured from both our school and the state. Our first slide depicts a pie chart that shows what percent of our 8th grade students scored levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 respectively on the math assessment that they took in May 2010. As we know, levels 3 and 4, which are depicted in red and orange, are passing. We can clearly see that 83% of our students passed the exam, with 54% being declared proficient and 29% scoring advanced. 17% of our students did not pass the exam, though only 1%, 3 students, scored on level 1. Looking at the results for the May 2010 math assessment for our entire school, we can see that with regard to other grades, the 8th grade scored the highest at level 3. However, 8th grade students also had the lowest number of students earning advanced, level 4, and had the highest number of students scoring level 2. Although it is close, 8th grade also had the lowest percent of students passing the exam of all 3 grades. When we examine our 8th graders' performance against that of the rest of the county, we can see that our students have a significantly higher passing rate and a far less pronounced failing rate than most students in our area. An issue, however, arises when we look specifically at this cohort of students. Far more students failed their math assessment in 8th grade than they had in their 6th and 7th grade years. And while 47.4% of students were advanced last year, only 29.2% of students scored advanced this year. Even more upsetting is the fact that our percent of level 2 scores went from 2.1 in 7th grade to 15.8 in 8th grade. While it is true that this year's math assessment encompassed a broader range of information, the restructuring of a state standardized test is something we've experienced before. In 2009, 8th and 9th grade students were asked to take the integrated algebra exam in lieu of the now defunct Math A exam. As you can see, there is not nearly as drastic a change in students' scores, and in fact there are less failures overall with a comparable rate of students passing. Finally, if we examine our students' performance on an in-school assessment as compared to the state assessment, we can see that our students' overall rate of mastery is significantly higher while the rate of failure is far lower. What questions do you have about why this new state math assessment has affected our students so harshly, and how do our in-school assessments compare? What other data or information do we need to help uncover these answers?